sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports, in conjunction with the RNA, so proud to spotlight golf's best amateur talent from around the globe. Today, we bring you coverage from this opening round. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. We've got a tie at the top at 2 under par. Par 4 first here at St. Andrews in the old course. It's only 376 yards with what seems to be a mile-wide fairway. So what's it all about? It's the history. It's the royal and ancient behind you. It's people watching from their flats across the street. It's the atmosphere, the ambiance. There is nothing like it in golf. Oh, this doesn't look promising. Oh, and that one went all the way through the fairway into the berm here at 1. An early mistake off the tee. And with that, we welcome Nota Begay III, 4-time winner on the PGA Tour. And Nota, you've been in this spot, and every tournament is, in a way, a classroom. Maybe a classroom at Stanford, your alma mater. It's a chance to learn, isn't it?
It really is, and the hardest thing is to temper your expectations and to keep the nerves under control, because every single round from this point forward can be a stepping stone and an opportunity to learn and make your game better and move towards your ultimate goal of playing at the highest level.
8-foot putt here. Well done. That is in for a par here at the first. And she's going to hold on here at even par. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in. But it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side. Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though. Rich, I was told to keep my eyes on this player this week. That is a shot that's as good as any professional in the world.
So now eyeing this one for birdie. Okay, no problems there. Finishing off a birdie at number 2. Up next here at St. Andrews, the 370-yard par 4 third. Best to drive it left center to avoid a cluster of bunkers down the right side of the fairway. The real challenge comes on the approach with Cartgate Bunker coming into play. And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up hopping into the bunker. Not an ideal result there. Hoping to maybe get this close. It is on the green, but not where you want to be. Got to at least try to cozy it in that 3-foot circle. This for birdie. Yeah, that's good putt. That was a slippery one, but that's well done. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And she'll remain at 1 under par. Moving now to the par 4 fourth, measuring 419 yards. 2 ways to attack here. The riskier drive is toward the narrow valley on the right, while the safer play is to aim for the plateau on the left. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notavigay the third.
119 to the hole. The pin is stuck in the front right section of the green. Gap wedge coming in here, headed just right of the flag. Very nice.
Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still one good putt, maybe a birdie.
Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and she'll stay 1 under for the tournament. Well, here's a real scoring opportunity. The first par 5 on the front side at St. Andrews, the 5th hole. It's only 514 yards. That greenhouse, this is a football field deep. The key here, yet again, avoiding the big bunkers. They're called the Seven Sisters bunkers off the tee. If you do that, you'll have a great chance to get home in 2. just did not want to settle. It'll wind up rolling off the fairway and into the heavy stuff. Well, that's really a good job right there to advance that ball down the fairway. That came out pretty clean, Frank.
Yeah, clean as a whistle, and now actually in great shape in this par 5. That ball was waving at the hole as it whizzed past.
Substantial movement on this putt right to left, and it's from distance, so this one not just about speed but line as well. Yeah, that's good pace, just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Now to the 374-yard par 4/6. Another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here because that'll affect the strategy off the tee. But bunkers left and right to be avoided. Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but that is long.
All right, that's a board, but a lot of green between ball and hole. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Now this demands a classy touch. There's not a lot of movement in it, but it will be quick.
That's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. Safely in for par here at the 6th. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Heading now to the 359-yard par 4/7. Accuracy off the tee is critical. Best line is a little left of the flag on the 11th green. Biggest issue here is avoiding the shell bunker short of the putting surface. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Okay, that's acceptable there. This is a 19-foot putt. Nope. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And their score's going to stay right where it is. Standing on the tee at the par 3/8 here at the Old Course. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat. It looks like it's easy. But once that flag gets on the left side, this one, the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
So, Iona, this a second from the bunker.
And unfortunately, the one spot that's going to make par very tricky to find on this hole, high lip on the bunker. Got to get this up very quickly.
Okay, well, that is on the green, but apparently just too difficult to get enough loft on it out of the bunker, and that winds up well beyond the hole. Oh, what a par save that would have been, but instead it scoots just by. That one finished off. It's a bogey here at number 8. And she's going to fall back down to even par. Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
Yeah, this is a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the Old Course.
Well, that's on a pretty good line so far. What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. One feature of so many of these older British courses, the oversized greens, and this, a long look for eagle. Oh, how good is that? Those are the kinds of long-distance putts you'll see here in Scotland, and that was judged about as well as one can. Not much more than a tap in there. It is a birdie at the 9th, and that will mean it's a front 9 score of 35, 1 under par. As we begin the backside here at St. Andrews, you can really feel the history. This hole named in honor of the legendary Bobby Jones, who won the 1927 Open and the 1930 Amateur. Obviously, 1930 was his Grand Slam year. Retired, by the way, at the age of 28. And then founded and built with Alistair McKenzie, Augusta National. So a little bit of history lesson as you play this 340-yard par 4 10th. Well, that was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. This one going to really test your distance control. Back up the hill for an eagle. Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. 4 feet now for birdie. Okay, well done. A couple of birdies here sandwiched around the turn at 9 and 10. Hole number 11, the Eden, is really the finest medium-length one-shotter in all of golf, isn't it, Frank?
Well, this hole's been copied by many an architect for the reasons why it's normally very, very difficult to make a hole of this length, or should I say this short, so difficult. But they've managed to do that here at Eden with that Strath bunker in the front and the severe sloping on either side of that bunker.
Well, that can really be brutal, can it?
It certainly does. And if you have any doubt there, you'll come unstuck at 11.
Boy, that ball got caught in the breeze, and it was just along for the ride. Much too firm there. Working back up from below the putting surface. This, a second.
Just when the train was starting to pick up speed with those back-to-back birdies, then all of a sudden, could be derailed.
A third shot. From about 8 feet. Nah, might have stared at that one too long. And sometimes you just got to go with your gut. She'll finish that off as that is in for double bogey. And that's going to drop her back down to even par. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
This one's starting a little bit right.
Rule number 1 in golf, have a short memory. You can see why. Double bogey at the last and now a missed fairway. Too much thought about what happened before, not what you want to do now. Shame, good opportunity, but that ball just sailed on by.
Maybe not what you're hoping for from that number, but no damage. It's on the green. Well, Iona's had a good look. Now this for birdie.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
That's a half a ball away from going in. Very well read. That one's safely in. It's a par here at 12. And she'll remain at even par. Frank, how about the bunkers here at 13? A rather ominous-sounding name.
Yeah, the coffins, and they are that for a reason. If you finish up in there, well, the best you'll probably ever do is make a bogey, unless you're an absolute genius. They're to be avoided, certainly off the tee. If you do, it's still a difficult hole. The second shot, unless you hit a perfect tee shot, will be blind.
No fairway here, this one in that rough. So, from the rough, down the Nota.
113, pinned just on the front edge.
Always a good shot in the rough, but now a chance for a birdie. So that's a good approach shot.
Facing 29 feet. Oh, no. Just appeared to be befuddled by the break there. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, the 14th is a big par 5, chance to make a big move, but also possibility of making a big number if you're not careful.
Yeah, you've got to be very aware of the out of bounds on the right side, even though it does move to the right. Ideal tee shot is down the right side that gets very close to that, because then that opens up the second shot and keeps that tee shot away from that crop of bunkers called the birdies. There's a big cross bunker up ahead that has to be avoided for the second shot. If you're long enough, you can reach this par 5 and 2, but this green with so many undulations that it is anything other than flat.
She's got this one started up the right side. Solid, a good drive in the fairway. Okay, let's go back down on the ground and bring in Nota once again. And Nota, what are your impressions to this point?
Well, I'm impressed with the performance up to this point. A few mistakes here or there, but that's come to be expected in this type of scenario, in this type of format. But moving forward, I expect and anticipate to see some really good golf.
Well, just a good solid shot right there with that 3-wood, Frank.
It's an aggressive layup, really, trying to force that 3-wood down and get it as close as possible to the green. That's 2 good shots if you can't reach the par 5.
This for birdie now at 14.
Still have to be aware of the slope coming downhill, but not a ton of break in this.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet.
Oh, that comes up well short. I bet he'd like a do-over.
No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. Brings in those little bunkers called robs, and they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure. That had to be in the rough the whole way. One more bounce back on the fairway. In golf, you know, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
You can have a great line, but if you don't hit it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, good putt. That's in for par here at 15. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Another par for the 16th, Frank, and another hole where precision off the tee is going to be paramount.
Yeah, the norm off the tee is really to avoid a series of 3 bunkers called the principal's nose. I never really figured out why they're called that, but it's not the place to be, that's for sure. Stay short of those is the safe line, and then a little hot bunker once again in the front left of the screen called the wig. That's also to be avoided. Another difficult green. Looks a little simpler from the fairway, but miss your mark with the yardage and you'll pay a premium.
No issues here. That is into the fairway. Second shot. Good look at the green.
That's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
A birdie putt now at 16.
Yeah, and it's certainly no gimme from this length. It would be a Brucey bonus to find the bottom of the cup. Main consideration has to be about pace.
Oh, in style. What a putt there at 16. It is down for a birdie. Frank, the 17th hole. You can get room service along the way here?
You can. If you flare one right there, you'll also pay a penalty for out of bounds. And so that hamburger better taste good. It better be worth it. A little after that, a little after the out of bounds, and you're left with a second shot. It's fairly daunting because you have the road hole bunker to avoid and the road behind the green. Hence the name.
Yeah, about 145 yards left here.
No, it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
This is a 16-footer. Yes, some good playing here toward the end of the round. Birdies at 16 and 17. Frank, no ordinary finishing hole, is it?
No, the 18th is named Tom Morris, one of the greats of the game many a year ago. And of course, every great player has walked across Swilcan Bridge. You'll get the opportunity to do that after you hit that tee shot. If you're very long, you can drive this green, but avoid the Valley of Sin. Enjoy the walk all the way up golf's most famous finishing hole.
And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. Okay, on the green, but that's going to leave a putt that will get your attention. So this for a finishing birdie at 18.
And this is one where you just got to keep the hand steady and the wrist quiet, making sure you get it started on line.
Oh yeah, what a finish. A long one there for a third consecutive birdie. So all things considered, today a pretty good barometer of what's to come in the rest of this amateur tournament.
And Rich, as we know, amateur golf's a little more volatile, so much easier to catch up, well...
EA Sports, in conjunction with the R&A, so proud to spotlight golf's best amateur talent from around the globe. Today, we bring you coverage of the second round. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. A lot of folks fighting for the title, including our leader. Oh no. Oh, and that one's all the way through on these rock-hard fairways and into the burn here at one. A big mistake off the tee. So now she'll take her drop and get set here to play her third.
Now a 7-footer.
Yeah, good concentration there to save her par. And she'll remain one shot off the lead. Moving now to the 411-yard par 4 second, featuring the first of the old course's double greens. Best to work a little left off the tee to avoid gorse and bunkers on the right. The ideal spot is just to the right of Cheap's bunker.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough. A little further right, a little further up. That would have been close.
Oh, yes, a brilliant roll there. It's birdie here at number 2. And she'll move 4 under par. On the tee box here at the 3rd now. Frank, all of these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
Well, you can. This hole, the 3rd hole, even shorter than the 2nd, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the 3rd and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
A straightforward look here for birdie. Nicely done. Things looking good early. That's birdies at 2 and 3. And she'll move now to 5 under par. Frank, now at the 4th hole.
Yeah, long par 4. 2 choices, whether he's game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway.
And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. We are about 170 yards from the hole.
Leading is one thing, but hitting iron shots like that, that lead is going to increase.
5 feet now for birdie. Nah, missed it left. That's a letdown. Okay, that one in for par. And the lead's going to remain 2. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. So after two good shots to get here, this a long look for a possible eagle. Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. Nicely played. It's a birdie at the fifth. And she moves to 6 under par. Here we are now at the 374-yard par 4-6. It's a blind tee shot over a mound. The key here, avoiding the coffin bunkers on the left and a series of bunkers on the right.
Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though. Good soft hands. That is nicely done. No gimme here. Tricky one for birdie. Yeah, well done. It's back-to-back birdies here on this front side. And she'll get it to 7 under. Ball here at the 7th. Frank, if you had to script a game plan here, what would it look like? You could drive this pretty close to the green. This is a green that's shared with the 11th for par 3. And so you won't see that tee shot finish, but you can actually drive very, very close to a bunker called the Shell, which is the one that protects the par 3 11th.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. That'll be from about 90 yards away.
I really like her golf swing, and that's another good shot. She should be happy with that one.
Iona's down there. She's had a good look. This for birdie.
Well, they often say it's the toughest putt in golf. There's not a lot to it. I think you can take dead aim.
Oh, dude, that. What a roll that was. A long one in for birdie. And with it, she's got it now to 8 under par. Right now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green. And often you see long, long birdie putts here.
Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. Chance now for another birdie. Oh, how good is that? Those are the kinds of long-distance putts you'll see here in Scotland, and that was judged about as well as one can. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really ought to be avoided, the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gorse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green.
Oh, this is a big chance, but it's looking good. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. Yeah, that's really well done. From that distance, you'll take it every time. Easy as can be. It's a tap-in birdie here at the 9th. And that will make this an even 30 for the front side, going out in 6 under par. Starting off the backside here at St. Andrews with the 340-yard par 4 10th, named in honor of the great Bobby Jones, 1927 Open champion and 1930 amateur champion. Right center off the tee, ideal here. The fairway narrows around 280 yards, but the green is drivable. That sets up for a lengthy putt here on number 10. Your reward for knocking your tee shot on the green? Good luck with this one, though. It is for eagle. That one just lacking a little bit of pace, but not bad at all from there. Now this for another birdie. Well done there. It's a birdie to kick off a back nine. And she's into double figures now at 10 under par. When the round is over, you call your buddies and tell them that one of the more famous and diabolical par threes in the world, you met the challenge. Because I promise you, it could rob you of your spirit. Hill and Strath, those greenside bunkers, they've inflicted a lot of pain over the years. Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. A lot of movement coming left here. This for birdie. Yeah, tough to know just how far out to the right to play that one. I mean, that was not far enough. So that brushed in for a par here at 11. And she's going to hold on at -10. Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze. Because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. Touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There is gorse left and right, though.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. Oh, how good is that? Those are the kinds of long-distance putts you'll see here in Scotland, and that was judged about as well as one can. Nothing to it. It's a birdie here at 12. And she'll move to 11 under. Here's a great hole, the 13th. It's 418 yards. The key, and you can see it as plain as day, is to stay away from those coffin bunkers. They are nasty. The approach should be aimed right at the center of this gigantic double green. Long drive, but a bad lie. Wicked. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
It's 125 yards left to the hole, and the ball, well, it's sitting on a steep upslope.
Rich, I was told to keep my eyes on this player this week. That is a shot that's as good as any professional in the world.
A 5-footer now for birdie. Nicely done. 2 straight birdies here early on this backside. And she'll move to 12 under par. Frank, what are we looking at here at the big par 5 14?
Out of bounds on the right, and those little series of pop bunkers called the birdies. Now, if you get in trouble here, you can bail out with your second shot down the left, which is the 4th fairway. That's one other option of playing this par 5. But a good tee shot, and you can certainly go at this for 2.
Almost a great shot. Just missed it a fraction to the right of this green here at the par 5.
Yeah, a bit of chip and a putt. Still make 4.
Ten-foot putt left. Good effort, but that'll run 2-3 feet past the hole. Okay, she'll finish that one off for her par. And she'll hold steady at 12 under par. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf was that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot, because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that. Great drive straight down the fairway here, and the second shot is just over 90 yards.
This one's looking good.
Oh, nothing wrong with that iron shot. It's a good one. Just a little short, little right, but still a very good place to putt from.
Chance now for another birdie. Ah, yes, never in doubt. It's a birdie here at 15. And she'll get it to 13 under. So we've talked about options. That's the genius of the old course. And here we have another great example at the 381-yard par 4 16. You can play it on the safe side by aiming down the left side. You want to try to avoid the cluster of bunkers known as, I love this, the principal's nose. Or you can aim right. But if you do, you risk going OB. She's starting this one toward the right. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here.
Just gave that way too much.
Down to Iona, this for birdie.
Yeah, it's a long putt, so pace is important, but there's not a whole lot to it. I fancy the chances of getting this close.
Look at that put on the brakes. That's pretty well judged from there. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And she's going to stay at 13 under. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there.
Another example of her excellent balance and timing, and that's a good shot.
Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
Yeah, really not a whole lot in this. Maybe just started around the left edge, but it's fairly flat all the way.
Yes, the speed spot on. It's a late birdie here at 17. And she'll move to 14 under par. Without a doubt, it is one of the most famous finishing holes in all of golf. Frank, it doesn't look like much from the tee, but wow, when you factor in the history, it's something special, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a little road that runs across this this par 4. It's about 100 yards short of the green. It certainly comes into play when you play this hole into the breeze. But no breeze or into the breeze, you've got to worry about the out of bounds that surrounds the screen all the way down the right side and beyond. And it's a wonderful little finishing hole in many ways because it tests the mere mortal and it tests the greats of the game.
So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. This one measures out to 15 feet. Yeah, that's how to end it. Back-to-back birdies at 17 and 18. And that won't quite get them into the 50s, but that's quibbling. This is a round of 60. Well, that about wraps things up for us here today. I'd like to thank my partner, Frank Nobilo. Enjoyed it, Frank?
Certainly did, Rich. Once again, the golf.
EA Sports, in conjunction with the R&A, so proud to spotlight golf's best amateur talent from around the globe. Today, it's live coverage of the third round. Well, if yesterday was any indication, we should be in for a memorable weekend of golf here as we take in the leaderboard on this Saturday. Our leader here on Saturday is our featured golfer. She's got a commanding lead on the rest of the field, as she has been sensational so far. that's trouble. All the way through the fairway into the burn here at one. An early mistake off the tee. So now after the penalty stroke added, she'll find a good spot to take her drop and then get ready for what'll be her third shot.
A little too much coffee today. Second shot was short, and a nervy chip whizzes past the hole.
Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. And the computer dials this one up at 26 feet. That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, it's a bogey here at first. And fortunately, with a big lead already, very little damage done. Well, here you get a real taste of what the old course will be all about. The double greens, the 411-yard par 4 second. The ideal spot, you want to be just to the right. There's so many famous bunkers here, but this one is well known. It's called Sheep's Bunker.
And so misses the fairway on the second hole. Add to that the bogey at the first. This is far from a dream start.
Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck. Not quite online, and that'll drift a couple feet by. That finished off for par here at the second, and she'll remain at minus 14. At the third hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but you know there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side.
Well, this looks really good. I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in one. Shouldn't be much in this for birdie. Okay, nicely done. That's in for birdie here at 3. And she'll move to 15 under for the tournament. Frank, a much more difficult hole here at the 4th at the old course.
Yeah, that new championship tee has really made for a very hard par 4. Two ways to play it. Down the right, that's a very, very narrow strip of fairway. Most will go to the left side, a little more conservative. But either way, tough second shot.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
Well, she's looking at 159 yards to the hole, coming off a birdie on the previous, looking for 2 in a row.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. That's in. It is a good par here at number 4. And she's going to hold tight at 15 under. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
You can't drive it much better than that. That's the quick pickup of the tee right down the middle. Really hit that second shot on the button to this par 5, but Frank couldn't get it to stop.
Yeah, too good, too long, sadly.
Seven feet now for birdie. Yes, a good read. It's a birdie here at 5. And she'll get it to 16 under par. You gotta love the names of the bunkers here, don't you? They tell you all you need to know. Those coffin bunkers, you hit it in there, you're dead. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot. Too strong for this hole, eh? Ran out of fairway and into the rough. Big hit, though.
Now a 7-footer. Nicely read there. It is a par here at the 6th, and she'll remain at 16 under par. One of the really beautiful aspects of playing links golf is you're oftentimes aiming at something so far off in the distance. Maybe it's a church steeple, or in this case, maybe it's a little left of the flag at number 11, and we're playing the 7th hole. The key, you want to avoid that shell bunker, which is short of the putting surface. Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. This is why you practice these shots from under 100 yards. You've bombed your drive. Now it's time for the touch shot. Zip one in there close.
A little long, as we can see, and a little to the right, but still makeable if you hit a good one.
Oh, yes, indeed. The line there, perfect. It is in for a birdie. And she'll move now to 17 under. Arriving now at the first of only 2 par 3s at the old course, 166-yard 8th, featuring a high-lip bunker guarding the front of the green that is difficult to hold. Okay, a friendly bounce there, and that will make its way onto the putting surface. Now this for birdie.
And this is pretty flat all the way. I don't think there's much in it at all.
Got it there, but not quite on target. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Bunkers, bunkers, and more bunkers. So this hole's only 347 yards as we close out this front side with the par 4 9th. They're called Bose's and end hole bunkers, and they're right in the middle of the fairway. So it's all about the tee shot, putting it in a good spot. If you do, you're walking out of here with a 3, or you could knock it on and maybe bump one in, putt one in for an eagle. Oh, this is going to be way down there. Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. One feature of so many of these older British courses, the oversized greens, and this, a long look for eagle. Yeah, from that far away, anything inside of 5 feet is pretty darn good. Chance now to make the turn with some momentum for birdie. Not much more than a tap in there. It is a birdie at the 9th, and that will finish off a 3-under start to the round as she goes out in 33. As we begin the backside here at St. Andrews, you can really feel the history. This hole named in honor of the legendary Bobby Jones, who won the 1927 Open and the 1930 Amateur. Obviously, 1930 was his Grand Slam year. He retired, by the way, at the age of 28, and then founded and built with Alistair McKenzie Augusta National. So a little bit of history lesson as you play this 340-yard par 4 10th. That sets up for a lengthy putt here on number 10. Your reward for knocking your tee shot on the green? Good luck with this one, though. It is for eagle. Oh, and that runs out of gas far too early. That is not where you want to leave the golf ball. Now this, for birdie at 10.
And this is when you'd expect to make more often than not. Not too much undulation, maybe just a slight move to the right.
That's going to scoot a foot or two by. So that's in for par to start this backside. And that's going to keep her at 18 under par. Down to the par 3 11th. And Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left, is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
Yeah, that one came in a little hot. It's safely on, but it'll be a long look coming up. Getting this thing rolling should not be an issue. It is a long down the slope putt for birdie. Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and their score is going to stay right where it is. Well, don't be fooled. It says only 316 yards on the card. This is the 12th hole, but you can really end up in a ton of trouble here. Bunkers are hidden all over the fairway. If you want to get through this hole clean, probably take out the long iron and play it down the left side. That'll still give you a short approach in. Well, that's on a pretty good line so far. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. can't do much better than that. That could run forever if you don't get the right speed. That's a nice job. A great opportunity here for birdie. Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. And she'll move now to 19 under. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The two bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Well, we've run out of fairway here. An impressive tee shot. Now finding ourselves on a bit of an upslope. That's going to need to be taken into account for this approach.
Oh, is that any good? Perfect.
That was tracking pretty well, too. That could have gone in for the same price.
Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And she'll remain at minus 19. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the fourth hole. The fourth hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option.
Frank, there's a perfect example of the difference in the way the game is played in Scotland and the way it's played in the United States. In the U.S., in the air, you fly the ball to the whole location. Here, you play that baby right on the ground. That was well done.
Yeah, the biggest problem is when is the ball going to stop? That's what you have to judge.
And that will come up well short, not gauged well at all. This will be a 14-foot putt here. The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And she'll move to an even 20 under par. Frank, the 15th here at the old course, just a classic example of links golf, where you might be aiming for something that isn't even on the golf course.
Exactly. There's a nice line there in between the two humps that you can see in front of you off the tee. If you keep looking down, you'll see the church steeple. That's the perfect line for the tee shot. Got to be careful with the second shot coming up. You see the 16th tee and out of bounds to the right of this green, and that little pot bunker that protects the front.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. So from the rough, Iona's down there.
And this is problematic. We're in thick rough on the left-hand side, hitting towards one of the trickiest greens on the course.
I really like her golf swing, and that's another good shot. She should be happy with that one.
Now this for another birdie.
And there's no space for a lapse in concentration here. Perhaps a little bit further away than we would have liked, but a two-putt would be a very good result.
Oh, yeah, why not? From downtown, that in for a birdie here at 15. And she'll move it to 21 under for the tournament. 16th hole is a par 4 here at the old course, Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here. But the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder, because you'll have to bring it across that little pot bunker in the front called the Wig.
Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Good approach shot. Birdie putt coming up. Approach shot just a little right, little short.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And she'll hold tight at 21 under par. Frank, this really is an amazing hole. The road hole, 17 at the old course.
Yeah, the biggest problem really is the tee shot right in front of you. How brave are you? How much can you take it over the corner of that clubhouse? So you'll see a sign in front of you, the old course hotel. Ideally, you want to take it over the U in course, and that should find the center of the fairway. You go a little further right of that, and you better hit it long.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball.
Another example of her excellent balance and timing, and that's a good shot.
Chance now for another birdie.
And this has just got a little bit of turn in it, but you got to be careful not to overread it.
Nope. No problems there. That's par here at 17. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Yes, one of the most famous finishing holes in golf. 357-yard par 4 18th at St. Andrews. Aim the drive at the clock on the R&A Clubhouse. And remember, the road here is an integral part of the course. Any ball that lands there must be played as it lies. She started this one a bit to the left. Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. Okay, on the putting surface, but work to do from there. Pretty big left to righter here for birdie. No, didn't get that out there far enough, and it winds up sliding by to the right.
Need a little bit more pace and a little more borrow.
So she will tap that in for her par at 18. That will be a third straight round in the 60s. So our featured golfer likely going to be doing a little tossing and turning tonight, working with a 54-hole lead and looking for that first PGA Tour win. Frank, dial it back a few years. EA Sports is proud to present continuing coverage of the world of golf. Today, live coverage comes your way of the final round. Well, we have already seen 3 scintillating, sometimes spectacular rounds of golf. By the time twilight comes calling later today, we will have a champion as we check the Sunday leaderboard. Our leader is indeed our featured golfer. It has been a textbook performance to this point. And that's a good way to start this final round. It's in the fairway at the first. Let's bring in Nota Begay the third once more. Nota, when you were a kid with those big dreams, you're 11, 12 years old, you're on the putting green practicing all those hours. The 4-footer was for what?
Well, these 4-footers and a lot of 4-footers today are going to be for one of the biggest prizes in golf, and that's an invitation to the Masters and to the U.S. Open. And for any young golfer trying to work their way up the ladder, those are the pinnacles of achievement in our game. So a lot at stake today, a lot of pressure. Let's see how it goes.
They need to recheck the yardage after that one. That's on the green, but not a real good shot. A birdie putt down to Iona.
Well, they often say it's the toughest putt in golf. There's not a lot to it. I think you can take dead aim.
Yeah, that's a pretty good putt. Just a little bit off the mark. Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with the prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course, because the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
This is why you practice these shots from under 100 yards. You've bombed your drive. Now it's time for the touch shot. Zip one in there close. And this is looking really good.
Well, there's a good strike in there. Just a little left of the hole, but inside 10 feet. It's about 50-50 chance on the PGA Tour of making a birdie.
That one's going to go begging. It misses right. Frustration there. That finished off for a par here with the second. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, talk about the strategy off the tee here at the third.
Well, you can drive the ball pretty close to this green, Richard, shorter than the second hole. Just hit it down the right side, but try and avoid those little pot bunkers.
Driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. Okay, that's acceptable there. Birdie attempt at the third. Nota Begay is down there.
And players of this caliber should make this on a regular basis pretty flat with just a slight movement to the left.
Not that time. Pretty good effort, but it'll wander a couple of feet by. So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And her score's going to stay right where it is. You might be asking, why have so many of golf's greatest course architects drawn from the old course? Well, here's a good example. It's about the options, a couple of ways to get after a hole. You can take a risk and you would be rewarded by going toward that narrow valley on the right. But there's always a price to pay. Safer play is to go for the plateau on the left. Again, all about options at the old course. Wasn't right down the middle, but it wasn't bad at all. Coming at this second shot from the right side of the fairway.
Well, this is straight at it.
It's a really good line.
Nice approach shot, and another good thing about that, left it below the hole.
Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. She'll get it to 22 under par. We come now to the fifth, the first par 5 on the front side here at St. Andrews. 514-yard hole that ends at a green that is 100 yards deep. Avoid the Seven Sisters bunkers off the tee, and reaching into is a possibility if the weather cooperates. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked. Second shot from 200.
Here you've got to just be looking to get this into a more makeable range for a birdie, but this, an eagle putt. Yeah, that's really well done. From that distance, you'll take it every time. A dead-on look here for birdie. Yeah, there's another one. Back-to-back birdies here at 4 and 5. And she'll move to 23 under par. Now to the 374-yard par 4 sixth, another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here because that'll affect the strategy off the tee, but bunkers left and right to be avoided.
Driving's been sensational all week, and here's another one that's going to set up nicely in the fairway. All right, that's aboard, but a lot of green between ball and hole. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
Yeah, I've had a look. Overall, little bit of right to left, but fortunately it's on a very flat part of this green.
Hold it there. Yeah, well done. That putt had potential for danger, but that's pretty good. Safely in for par here at the 6th. And she's going to stay at 23 under par. Now, 7th hole here at the Old Course, Frank.
Ideal line, just hit your tee shot over the march stone. The bunker on the 11th green actually often comes into play, called the shell bunker. So anything a little bit right of that, but very difficult green for the approach shot coming up.
And that was flirting with disaster the whole way, and it's going to wind up hopping into the bunker. Iona, a second coming up.
Yeah, not what she wanted. Unfortunately, shell bunker, it's infamous and it has been found. A very tough approach shot left here at the 7th hole.
You showed me you could hit it a long way off the tee, but you also showed me you are not very good out of bunkers.
Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And her score is going to stay right where it is. The 8th hole at 166 yards is not long, but you can see it has that bunker guarding the front of the green. If you do not clear that, you're in a world of trouble. Now, from left of the green, second.
Just a little over ambitious on that chip shot. It just sailed past.
Not an easy one, 20 feet away.
That one just going to sneak on by. That one finished off. It's a bogey here at number 8. And fortunately, with a big lead already, very little damage done. We finish our front 9 here at St. Andrews with the drivable 347-yard par 4 9. Biggest trouble here are Bose's and end hole bunkers in the middle of the fairway. Avoid those, and birdie or even eagle is a possibility. Oh, this is a big chance, but it's looking good. Oh my goodness, that is on in one. Wow, what an incredible shot. Okay, so on in one, and now this a sizable putt, to say the least, for an eagle. Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. Easy as can be. It's a tap-in birdie here at the 9th. And that'll be a 2 under for this front side as she goes out in 34. Starting off the backside here at St. Andrews with the 340-yard par 4 10th, named in honor of the great Bobby Jones, 1927 Open champion and 1930 amateur champion. Right center off the tee, ideal here. The fairway narrows around 280 yards, but the green is drivable. Oh boy, that has started way left. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. Now this, for birdie at 10.
Still have to be aware of the slope coming downhill, but not a ton of break in this.
That's going to scoot a foot or 2 by. So that in for par to start this backside. And pars are fine at this point with this tournament well in hand. Frank, what are we looking at here at the famed par 3 11th at the Old Course?
Well, the most difficult, there is only 2 par 3s here at the Old Course, and this one's called high, elevated green, and you've got to fly that bunker that protects the front of the green. That's called the Strath bunker. You really take anything on this green. You make a 2 here, you'll make a move on the field.
Okay, a little beyond the hole, but a good shot, and a birdie attempt coming up. Got it there, but not quite on target.
Yeah, that's surprising. You wouldn't think he'd leave that short.
So that brushed in for par here at 11. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Frank, from this vantage point here at the 12th, you can see why the old course, St. Andrews, are so iconic in sport.
Yeah, this is a fun hole as we start to sort of head back to the village of St. Andrews. Hole's called Heathery. There's a big crop of heather on the left, and there's 4 little pot bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway, so you've really got to be cognizant of those. But good time to take the head cover off if you're a long hitter, and then you've only got to worry about that one pot bunker just short of the green. Oh, talk about a friendly kick. I never got those. It could have stayed in the rough for the same price.
Not much to this one. It's for birdie.
Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. And this is no longer a contest, folks. This one is all over but the shouting. Here at the par 4 13th hole at the old course, Frank, what's the best play, power, or do you go with precision?
Well, you'd like a nice mixture of both there, Rich. If you can take those coffins out of play, that's the name for those series of bunkers sort of down the middle, then obviously you've got a much shorter shot coming in, and then you've got a chance to actually have a full view of this green.
And that one not going to stop in time. It'll roll all the way into the bunker. Digging in here, readying her second from the fairway bunker.
After the tee shot found the bunker, I was dreading this. Bunker to bunker.
Hole Across is the name of this bunker on the right-hand side, and it's a fiddly wee fella. This is going to be treacherous.
Yeah, that one came out hot, tough to judge sometimes, coming out of the sand, and that winds up well beyond the flag.
21 feet from pay dirt.
That was low from the start.
Okay, that one finished off. It is a bogey here at unlucky number 13. But fortunately, this one still well in hand. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle, and you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your 3rd shot to 14. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but you're going to have to muscle this one out of the rough. Impressive to get the power on that second shot into the par 5 and comfortably get it up here by the green. I know it's in that greenside bunker, but that is very doable.
Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Oh man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And her score's going to stay right where it is. Arriving now at St. Andrews' infamous road hole, often considered the most difficult par 4 in golf. Tee shot has to fly the railway sheds and the grounds of the Old Course Hotel, landing on a narrow fairway beyond. Ooh, that started well right. And now, problems there for our leader. That ball into the very thick stuff here off the tee. So a second shot coming, Iona, from the heavy rough.
And this is a crafty hole. If you don't manage to thread the needle, keep the ball on the fairway, you end up where we are, in some of the humps and bumps.
Well, we had a chance to look at the lie, and well, just getting that ball in the green itself was really an accomplishment. Good shot.
This one measures out to 15 feet. Nope. Okay, a solid par here at the 15. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you'd be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer into your second shot.
And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and her score is going to stay right where it is. Here it is, folks. You've heard about it. The road hole at St. Andrews. Iconic 455-yard par 4 17th. Tee shot must carry the railway sheds, and the approach has to avoid a deep pot bunker. Not to mention the road on the right. Devilish. showing no signs of a let-up here. This tournament seemingly under control, as that's in the fairway here at 17. So this, Iona, her second from the fairway.
And she's left herself 1-3-1 to the hole. And that pin, well, it's back left today.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Yeah, that's a good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And her score is going to stay right where it is. Frank, you stand on the tee here at 18, and history is staring you right in the face.
Yeah, you have the Rusacks Hotel on the right, the Dunvegan over the back, the R&A building. Just standing there, you're reminded of how far this great game has come, and all these hundreds of years, I guess, in the future, and where will the game be then?
All right, in the fairway. Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. A long one coming up here for birdie. And that should just about wrap this one up. It's a birdie at 18, and I think go ahead and celebrate, because that lead now is close to insurmountable. Frank, one way to look at this is as a possible stepping stone to future greatness. It's an amateur title for our featured player, and it does include a ticket to compete in the Masters and the U.S. Open.
Huge present on the back end, that's for sure. But, Rich, you and I have both had a lot of fun covering the amateur game, some of these great amateur tournaments around the world. And we see this young talent, and, I mean, there's a lot of it. But it only